Hi guys, welcome to my channel. All right, so we have sound healing. I have all my platforms up: TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. We have, before we had words, we had sound. Before we had doctrine, there was vibration. Sound is the oldest healer. It doesn't ask the mind for permission. It speaks directly to your cells, your soul memories, your soul. It knows parts of you that trauma silenced. It speaks to tones that ego cannot translate, but your spirit immediately recognizes. That's the power of sound healing. It's not just music, it's medicine. Tuning forks, singing bowls, mantras, humming, drumming. These are not trends. These are ancient technologies reawakening in our modern timeline to help us realign. We are not broken beings. We are mismatched frequencies. Sound healing brings us back to a resonance with our divine blueprint. Everything is vibration in the universe. When you're vibrating out of sync with your truth, your body will tell you so. So your mind, so will your mind, so will your life. But sound meets you where words can't. It washes through you like the ocean over forgotten stones, smoothing what's rough, releasing um the wisdom. All right, so recently I told y'all things changing, so realigning, right? This thing is different. So third eye, and y'all tell me if y'all can hear this, right? Okay, don't hear that. Okay, so recently I got into wanting to realign, okay? Because as y'all know, there's like, the vibrations, the ear ringing, the pitching, all of that type of stuff, right? Which I actually found out there is something a little dangerous when it comes to frequency, right? And sound, only because it is doing something to you on a cellular level, to your DNA, right? And you don't know what it's unlocking. Um, there was a study that was done. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this thing. And let me see if I can find this because
into a higher state of enlightenment. The truth about tuning. It's a little stressful. This is what we could do for you. If
let me see if I can find this lady because she was talking about how even like a dog whistle, because it's a frequency and a sound, you have to be very, very careful about what it's unlocking, but what it's also opening. Let me see. So in 2010, there's this woman who's looking at guy. So I just want to get on here and say that I am here for the science. No matter. You've heard about UFOs in the sky, but have you heard about the ones in the ocean yet? USOs? And that's the eerie beauty of it. No, there's a threshold of intelligence where the brain starts breaking its own rules. You would think of a university as a space for public knowledge. All right, guys, I really don't know how to process the information that I learned about today. It makes me really uncomfortable, but I'm going to share it with you guys anyway. In 1946, the U.S. Army bounces a radio signal off the moon for. There's this tech out there that I learned about today, and the first thing that came to mind was black people. They call it predictive policing, but it doesn't predict crime. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you what I learned this week. In 2003, they were trying to stop nightmares. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys what I learned out in the field today, and in order to do that, I have to read this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys about another study that I learned today out in the field. And the crazy part isn't the study itself. In the 1980s, the CIA. I got to share with you guys what I learned out in the field. Okay, what I'm going to share with you. Did you guys know that there's a disorder that exists? I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you guys about Project Sunstreak. So I just got back from a con. I'm going to share with you guys. All right, so today we went more in depth into the fractal holographic universe. Do you guys want to know what the hardest job is? I got to share with you guys what I learned out. I got to tell you guys about what I learned today because it's literally insane. Guys, I'm so far down the road. Have you guys heard? Has anyone? So I forgot to tell you guys another thing that I. So one of the things that I find frustrating about gathering military. Okay, while I'm sitting in and out. So do you guys believe in God? So do you guys believe in crystals? Guys, I was in a. So happy. I'm so happy that people do not think I'm crazy. Put a finger down. No one could ever. TikTok has. I want to see if I can find this thing because she actually is in the military and she does a lot of gives you a lot of information about stuff that the government has talked about and things that they studies that they have done. In the 1970s, the CIA launched a classified project called MK Often. It was a sister project to MK Ultra, but instead of testing LSD on civilians, it went a little darker. MK Ultra focused on how to break the mind. MK Often focused on what happens when you bet at chaos. According to so I've been given some very interesting material to read from people whose job it is to study sonar, frequency, and sound. Right here. And those of you playing with the CE5 and the dog whistle, if you hear a T1 technician say be careful what you emit, they are not being poetic. They're being very serious, and you need to be careful. Because there are signals and languages out there that you don't understand unless you are a sonar specialist or acoustic warfare specialist. Because you are not just reaching out, you are announcing yourself to systems that are listening, to machines that are built to record, analyze, and sometimes respond. These are not just communication. These signals are commands, triggers. These signals are known to have psychological effects, and they are used in lethal and non-lethal psychological warfare. You need to be careful. Can trigger drones, some can wake up passive sensors, and some can alter your perception. This is not sci-fi. This is modern defense strategy. Sonar technicians and acoustic analysts, they know this stuff better than anyone. They study waveforms like linguists study language, because frequency is a language, whether you know it or not, and that language leaves a footprint in the environment, in the water, in the air, in the machines that are listening, and possibly even in you. Sometimes a signal doesn't just bounce back. Sometimes a signal wakes something up. Not metaphorically, technically. And some machines are meant to stay asleep until they hear the right tone. So if someone in T1 data capture tells you this is more complex than you can ever imagine, they're not being dramatic. They're being very serious. You need to believe them. That signal could be doing much more than you ever intended. Because in acoustic warfare, silence is survival and noise is vulnerability. There are some machines out there that are preying on the vulnerable. So if you are out there in some field broadcasting this signal to the unknown with your buddies or your children with some beers and a Capri Sun, know that you are not just sending a message. You are potentially leaving a mark. And sometimes these signatures, these messages, they don't fade, they echo. And sometimes those echoes, as you have been seeing, attract. So I've been given some very interesting material to read from people whose job it is to study sonar, frequency, and sound. And those. So as a clarification, it says that it's not just the surface layers. Frequency is language, not metaphorically, but structurally. Every tone you emit is either stabilizing or destabilizing the system that is listening. So even like this one, it says it's labeled as third eye, right? So you're supposed to tap the frequency and then put it here. So it's supposed to be, like healing, but it's almost kind of like a bell and things of that nature. So recently, these things, just like everything else, fell out of the sky. Can y'all hear this? And mind you, when I'm moving it around in my hand, it's making different sounds. The vibration, the tone, the frequency. So realigning. It's been a thing recently where it's been like when I'm saying like the frequencies and things that are being put out into the universe. Why do I want to discuss something else? Like literally, because what I'm getting has something to do with I was talking to y'all earlier about these people, that
or putting information. Um, and recently we're starting to notice that, they're starting to tell different truths about, okay, this was made by this, or this came about because of this. Um, like the hidden truths, hidden history, or things of that nature. So I don't know why that is, but it's giving that vibe. All right, so we got 432. We got 396. We got 528, and we got 285. All right. Like it vibrates off of here. Energetically, 285 is like a reset button. It restores harmony and balance to organs and energetic systems by realigning subtle energy fields, clearing stagnant energy, also disorganized energy, assisting with chakra grounding and reconnecting to earth element. So what is all right? So I'm gonna just, because I want to do it off here though, but can y'all hear that? And to me it feels like it kind of goes through your whole entire body, like even when I touch it. um 285 also does physical tissue healing and cellular repair. 285 is deeply connected to the body's blueprint, its original uncorrupted form. When the frequency is played or chanted, it's said to activate the body's innate ability to regenerate damaged tissues, accelerate wound healing, and cellular renewal. Help the body remember its original energetic structure before trauma, illness, and imbalance. This one. Remembered earlier today when I told y'all I'm just trying to get out of whatever the collective, whatever is happening right now, collective thought process, collective consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever it is that's happening right now. Because to me, I feel like on several different wavelengths, it is maybe the whole entire group that is either connecting, or it could just be pockets of groups that are connecting. And from what I have seen, the pocket or the group that I see, I don't like. Um, Whether or not they like me or not my concern, because the feeling is mutual. Um, if that's the case, but for me, I don't like it because it is not me. You see what I'm saying? And as far as the growth and elevation, everybody can feel like they are on their own level or their own wavelength, or they got it. They got it down packed to whatever it is they wish to, I guess, evolve, whatever rate or whatever. I don't know the words. I just know that not for me. So I wanted to clear out whatever that programming was, right? Mind you, I kept thinking it, and then all of a sudden, this just showed up. And when I say it just showed up, it just literally showed up. So the universe was saying, let's see if we can, put you back to factory settings. And not for nothing, we'll see what happens, because I don't know what happens over days, or of using the tuning forks and things of that nature. We shall see. But here we are. This, when I use this, the third eye, and I, did the whole put into the forehead area, mind you, this thing is still vibrating. What it did to me was it made my forehead itch. Like literally all of a sudden I started, after it was done, I started wanting to touch here. So it did something. I don't know how many of you use this or how long y'all been using it for. Um, I guess you have to do your own research as far as, how you feel about it, or um, how it helps you. But this thing has already changed like something in me in a short period of time. So I'm kind of thankful, and although, like I said, I haven't really gotten into using it as much, it has the own symbol, the symbol of the universe, actually on it, and I think I need to get a little ball, but it actually does work. But the like I don't know why, but it does something to you. All right, let's see with 395. So this is 395 hertz. Um, The frequency is the foundation of emotional release. It resonates with the root chakra, helping to release guilt, fear, and shame stored in the body and energy fields, unblocking subconscious trauma tied to survival, security, and self-worth. So reconnecting you to the earth energy, grounded, safe, and supported. I don't know if that sounds any way to y'all. Can y'all hear that? Um, and it vibrates for a long time. It says 396 hertz reminds your soul that the low frequency emotions you've inherited, whether from family, past lives, or society, are not yours to carry anymore. This tone encourages emotional sovereignty. It is the sound of unburdening. So basically giving me like, all of his healing frequencies. I am safe, I am supported, I am free. 396 reminds your soul that low frequency emotions you've inherited, whether from family, past lives, or society, are not yours to carry anymore. The tone encourages emotional sovereignty. It is the sound of the unburdening. But it also talks about clears emotional baggage from the root chakra, frees you from ancestral and karmic guilt. Okay. All right, so I don't know if you can hear the difference in the sounds or in the tunes, but we get ready to see because we're gonna play them. I'll play them all different. Okay, so this one is 432. This one has a low hum for a long time. This one says it has connection to higher self and soul wisdom. Heals your heart and awakens intuition. This frequency is often experienced as a soothing, comforting, and emotionally healing frequency. It opens the heart space and allows intuition and clarity to rise, releases emotional blockages, facilitates forgiveness, compassion, and soul centered decisions. 432 is sometimes referred to as mathematically consistent with the universe. Its waveforms and vibration patterns are symmetrical, flowing, and fractal in nature. It says some researchers believe that it brings DNA healing and recalibration, improved brainwave synchronicities, alpha theta states, enhanced creativity, focus, and emotional insight. Meditate, sleep, 432 hertz music in the background. Play it during yoga or energy healing sessions. Used as a daily sonic cleanse to realign you and return to your center. Record your voice or affirmations over 432 hertz background tones for heart-centered manifestation. I am in tune with the rhythm of the universe. I return to harmony. I return to harmony with all that is. Are y'all able to hear that at all? This thing hums for such a long time. All right, so then we have 528. That gave a smell when it did that. I am love, I am whole, I am restored. I am whole, I am love, I am light restored. Can y'all hear that? It's weird because these vibrations sound different than like when it's like ringing in the ear. Can y'all hear that good? That one lasted for a long time too. And then we got 285. That one definitely does something to my body. Ooh. Physical body healing and tissue regeneration. That kind of sent chills down my body. Mm. I definitely like that one. Helps restore. Helps restore the energetic map that underlines your body, your physical body. Clears blockages in the lower chakras, especially the root chakra and the sacral chakra. It rebuilds your field after spiritual trauma, psychic attack, and chronic stress. That's probably why that one's like doing something. Oh my god, y'all, is kind of like activating my back. Um, stimulate cellular. Ooh. Stimulate cellular restructuring, promotes healing of skin, bones, and organs, encourages the body to self correct physical damage by recalling the original energetic pattern. Y'all, this thing is doing something to my body already. I don't like that hit. All right, so I just wanted to come to y'all and share with y'all. This was another thing that has been um, that manifested itself just around over here um, out of nowhere. So, and I'm not joking to y'all. If I tell y'all how I got this, y'all will be like, how, Sway? But another thing, falling out of the sky. So, realignment, recalibration, and ooh, all right, I gotta go because this thing is definitely doing something. But here we are. Oh, that activated my back, y'all.